What's up, Ranger Nation? Long time no see. So this is your boy JB, and I am here with our review for Power Rangers Beast Morphers. This is episode number 2, and it's titled "Save Our Shores." So, you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into today's episode review. All right, you guys. So before we start talking about the episode, I do want to talk about more phenomenal Rangers talk that I did yesterday. And, I was talking about the rumors about the episode guide, with the Dino Team Up 3-part episode, which was a rumor which we've now kind of debunked that is just that, not real. But I still do kind of have a bit of a reservation for it. And I'm going to tell you guys why I still have a little bit of a reservation to believing that we might get the team up in this first half of the season. The reason why I say that is because if you guys look at the opening credit, some of those scenes that are in the opening credit happened in today's episode, and I think some of them happened in last week's episode. So that's why that's why I say I feel like the Dino team up is definitely coming in this first half of the season. And then also Brendan Mejia not tweeted. He was on Instagram the other night, and he posted the Dino Chargers. He was posted his Dino Charger with Chase, Sir Ivan, and Kodas. He posted their Dino Chargers, and he said coming soon. So I'm still leaning on the side of it's coming in the first half, but we shall see how it goes. Now, to get into today's episode review, the episode opens up. We're at the Riptide Gym, and we see that Blaze is teaching a karate class. So once Blaze wraps up his karate class, he goes and joins, Devin, Ravi, Zoe, Nate, and Steel. And I'm still confused about Steel. Like, they didn't want the Beast Bot to go out in public because people might not be used to see, people might be apprehensive about seeing the Beast Bots, but it's okay for Steel, a 6-foot-tall robot, to be walking around. Confusing as hell, to say the least. But yes, kind of confusing. So Blaze asked the Rangers, "Where's Roxy?" Ravi says that she's working with her aunt at Collins something, and Steele says whatever the name of the place is. And we see on the news that that company that Aunt Regina has, they are on the shores cleaning up the trash that's on the shore. And so then they see it, so they decide, hey, let's go help Roxy. So they all go to help, and then they're cleaning up, and then there's a woman that comes up and tells them that there's a turtle that that needs their help. So they go over there where the turtle is. At first I thought that was a CGI turtle. I still think that was a CGI turtle. I'm not 100% positive if it was or it wasn't, but it just looks CGI to me. So then Zoe is like, well, how about we take it back to the Coral Harbor Marine Center? You guys know I worked there during the summer, so how about we just take it there? So they do that. So let's stop right here and let's just keep going. All right, so I'm not entirely we know that Skrull and Evox, they're not in a cyber dimension. They are hiding in another dimension. They never actually showed Evox's second form this episode, but we all do know, we saw from the trailer at Toy Fair that Skrull and Evox, not Skrull, but Evox and Mary Daniels are one and the same person. It begs the question, is Evox is Evox in Mayor Daniels' body, or is like maybe Mayor Daniels is somewhere, maybe Mayor Daniels is hidden somewhere, and not Skrull, but Evox is just pretending to be him. It's a lot of questions around this whole Evox and Mayor Daniels situation. So Skrull tells Evox that this body he's in is actually I guess it is Mayor Daniels' body. So I guess he's contaminated. I guess he's infected himself in Mayor Daniels' body, because he tells him that the body that he's in is no good for him, that it is corrupting his virus basically. And if he runs out of Morphex energy, he could transform directly in front of the Rangers' faces. So Skrull has an idea about something that he wants to do. So he makes a Robotron named Trappertron. So then we see Roxy. So she's talking to her aunt about the wildlife animals and how they need her help. And Aunt Regina's like, no, I spent enough money trying to clean up the beach, so we're good. So once Aunt Regina leaves, Roxy's like, we got to figure something out. So then she calls Dr. Walsh and she says that her aunt's company will pay for everything. I'm like, ooh, you spending somebody else's money. So then we do see that Trappertron shows up and he traps both Blaze and Roxy into one of the traps. So this is leading to Scrozzle's playing this episode. So let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. So the Rangers, they did, we saw Zoe. She called for help. The Rangers did show up to help her. So, Nate, he was trying to figure out a way to get Roxy and Blaze out of the trap. Now, when we saw, we knew that Blaze was coming to Beast Morphers Season 2. I'd always been wondering, I'm like, how are they going to make this happen? Are they going to kidnap the real Blaze and Roxy and siphon energy from them? Well, no. Scrozzle just, like I said, he scanned those two. And so he's going to, I guess, put their information into a robot. Don't know that information yet. But, so the Rangers, so everyone else went after Trappertron. They were battling Trappertron and the Tronics. What else? So yeah, Devin, Steele, and Zoe, they battled Trappertron and they destroyed Trappertron. Now before they destroyed Trappertron, Nate called on Robbie to come help him, use his gorilla strength to free, Blaze and Roxy, which he did. He went and helped him to free those two. Now here's the thing. Here's one thing that I do definitely want to point out in this episode. I thought they did it seamlessly and effortlessly. So the switch between Sentai footage and US footage, absolutely, they do a fantastic job with it. I can definitely tell when they switch, but it's done so well that it's like, damn, they just switched from, Beast Morphers footage to Go Busters footage. You guys, I have never watched Go Busters. I feel like I need to go back and watch Go Busters. If any of you guys out there have watched Go Busters, tell me, should I go watch Go Busters? Because I tried to watch it a few months ago, but I ain't gonna say I wasn't into it. It's just actually I can't really say what it was that why I didn't finish watching it, because I did start it, I just didn't finish it. I guess it's kind of like with Ryu Soldier. I started watching Ryu Soldier and I can't finish that, and I probably never will finish Ryu Soldier. I just go off of Adam. Shout out to my boy Adam. So then we see over in whatever dimension that Scrozzle and Evos are in. So he has two robots and he transforms them into Robo Roxy and Robo Blaze. And so basically those two still have the memories of the last encounters that they have, because Robo Roxy is like, but the Blue Ranger he recently destroyed me. And he was like, yeah, but you still have your memories. I'm like, oh, pretty cool, I guess you could say. That sure is pretty cool. But let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. So then over at the Marine Center, so, they found out that, Aunt Regina is footing this whole operation. And Zoe's like, but the last time we saw her, she said no. And Roxy is just, all sitting around. And I'm like, Roxy, you might want to say something, So then Aunt Regina shows up and she's like, what the hell is going on? Like, I didn't okay this. I ain't get none of this stuff going on. What the hell is going on? And Roxy's like, well, Aunt Regina, it was me who did it. Like, we got to be accountable for our actions. And I agree with that. And then, the woman that came before and told them about the one turtle, she comes and tells them about another turtle that they found. And Aunt Regina goes over there with them. And she sees a turtle is in bad shape. And, her heartstrings are tugged at by the turtle. So she says, you know what? You're right. Whatever it costs, money's not an option. Take care of it. I actually thought that was a good thing that she said, take care of it. I really didn't. I'm not into marine life like that, but we don't want to destroy our ecosystem. So, I'm cool with it. But let's move on, you guys. All right, so while they're doing that, the Rangers did get a call from, actually, we didn't see Commander Shaw, so I'm assuming it was Commander Shaw, someone at Grid Battle Force to call them. So they show up to, where, the attack is going on, and it's a bunch of Tronics. They didn't see any Robotrons, and they were like, there's no Robotrons here. And they are introduced to none other than Robo Blaze and Robo Roxy, who are in maroon and, well, purple, and I think that's maroon. I'm not sure what color that was. And, they start to battle with those two. So then, at first, they, Robo Roxy and Robo Blaze giving it to them. I'm like, uh-oh, the Rangers finna get their asses beat. And, Devin calls on the Beast X Ultra Blaster. And when he calls on the blaster, they aim and fire. And it destroys Robo Roxy and Robo Blaze and the Tronics. I'm like, wow, that was anticlimactic. It really was anticlimactic, to be quite honest with you. Like, what? I would think that if Scrolls were created, they're supposed to be like what, the avatars Roxy and Blaze were. Well, never mind, because I mean those two ran away in battle quite often. But I mean they were never it took a whole season to defeat those two. So I was just thoroughly confused as to how they destroyed the robots in seconds. Seconds, might I add. But I'm not complaining. I'm really not complaining, but I just thought that was rather funny that they just defeated the robots in no time. A blast from the blasters, boom, and they're gone. So, so then we do see in the cyber, wherever they are, it's not the cyber dimension, but wherever they are, we do see that Scrazzo has another set of Robo Roxy and Robo Blaze, and he says that each time that they're destroyed, that machine that created them will make another copy of them. I'm like, oh, so you got that many copies? Because I'm pretty sure the Rangers are going to destroy them multiple times in this season. But go for it. If you got the technology to do it, I'm not knocking you, Scrazzo. So then Commander Shaw does call on the Rangers. She tells them that the Giga Drone is in the city. So they call on the Zords, and in no time they defeat the Gigazord. And I'm just like, wow. Again, anti-climactic, but hey, it is what it is. It's Power Rangers, and I am not complaining. So then to close out the episode, you guys, we do see that Ben and Betty. I actually didn't even mention Ben and Betty. They didn't have a lot in this episode. In the first part of the episode, they thought they had suntan lotion on, but they actually had glue on. I don't know how they didn't know they had glue on. Glue has a distinct smell. And, they were cleaning up the shore, and they lost Ben's, his wrist comm. So they had to find that. What else happened? What else happened? I forgot. I actually did forget what happened at the end of the episode besides Ben and Betty. I think that was mostly it. I know that the Rangers told Blaze and Roxy about Scrazzo making copies of them, and they don't think that's the end of it, which I'm glad they don't think that that's the end of it. But you guys, that was this week's episode of Power Rangers Beast Morphers. So, like this video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button so you guys know when I drop anything else Power Rangers related. And I will see you guys later.